Empty and become wind. Empty and become wind.
How were you able to control that spirit when no one else could?
As your father could tell you, I've spent my life studying the spirits and learning their ways. All of this knowledge is lost in the South, but I could teach you everything I know.
Revealing the unseen mysteries when everything ain't what it seems. It'll blow your mind outside you seek. You find the realms of possibilities. Connect with the infinite intellect to receive of the positive energy. Reciting the sacred mantras to lift you to higher frequencies. Archives and constellations, star signs. When the planets align, new paradigms and paralyzed. From the visit of the succubus at nighttime. Hypnotized sometimes when the watchers fly to the sunrise. It'll set you free from the unbelief. It'll break your mind from the confines. Spirits leaving, changing seasons. Principalities undefeated over a certain region. Shamanic novice with knowledge, commune with higher beings with a deeper meaning. The reason Solomonic magic in Jesus was accused of channeling demons. I'm thrown off sort of this portal to the paranormal. Hearing these voices speaking to me with spirit touches immortal. With a knife in my back and I bleed through the scars. As I am, you see through my flaws. Staring at the stars and the rhythm wars. Never open at the doors of the Ouija board.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid. Enter the void, everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Here. Into the void.
Enter the ritual, step in the temple, connect with the spiritual realm. Metaphysical to the etherical pathways beyond the physical world. You could ascend to the kingdom of heaven or sit and stay living in hell. Mystical, mystic and dark, a lyrical shaman lifting a spell. Witness the miracle traveling beyond the body, see this is a show. And you in the third dimensional prism that got us imprisoned in cells. Sit between 4 and 20, yo, the split into 12s. Shh. You can hear them whispering if you listen it well. Came to awaken the ancient of days, man, I stay ringing the bell. Mythical note from the place where the wicked fell back to the kingdom of hell. Blessed with the wisdom performing the exorcism, the sins get expelled. Till we are the demons and angels, balance the energies within yourself. I'm trying to find a path between the light and the dark. I'm writing to spark a link between the mind and the heart. We gotta unite both sides before they divide us apart. Said we gotta unite both sides before they divide us apart.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid. Enter the void, everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Into the void.
Now I'm good with nothing. Why y'all good for nothing? My 100,000 pedal loaders, dopamine over flooded. Stargate runnings, dragons out the dungeon. Magickai been summoned. Total destruction into a vacuum suction. Conjunction, junction, that's my function. Through a star cluster in a maritime custom. Stellar dust encrusted, I ain't touching your disgusting judgments. We rise above it, enjoying the void. Source of pure joy, no more discussion.
The South Pole, then what happens?
You will open an ancient spirit portal.
I'm sorry, what now?
At the South Pole, there is a portal that connects our world to the spirit world. But it has long been closed.
And that's why the evil spirits are attacking?
There are no evil spirits. There's light and dark in them all. But when they're unbalanced, the darkness takes over. If you can open the portal in time, balance will be restored.
What do you mean, in time?
There's a reason the Glacier Spirits Festival ends on the winter solstice. And that's when the spirit world and the physical world are close together. Only then can the Avatar open the portal.
The winter solstice is tomorrow.
Exactly. And we can't afford to wait another year.
Traveling the path where the past is destroyed. Arrive at 0 point, enter the void. This is fractal math, holographically enjoy. Darkness we can't avoid. Enter the void, everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Everything disappear right now, right here. Into the void.
I found true freedom. I am no longer bound to this earth by worldly desires. I have entered the void.
Newsflash. Dell says that his belt is getting lighter now.
My weight is getting lighter.
Oh, what they say? Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. We are going to talk about what's going on in the world like right now.
Can we, like, first of all, because I gotta do this, because do you know what, like, the date is today?
3/16?
Yeah. So it's happy 3/16 day. Awesome 3/16. What? To commemorate that, I'm going to have my drink of water.
So we had on 3/14, we had Pi Day. For those of y'all that are Pi fans, 3.1415926589793.
I'm laughing because there's a segue from Stone Cold from 3/16 day to Pi Day. So then I was just talking on Facebook with a couple of friends, just a little bit of debate between who was better, Stone Cold or The Rock. And I'm like, it's like, for me, it's 1A, 1B, because they're both were great in their own unique way. Yeah. So I can't say like this person's better than this person. It's like all those type of debates when like both people are great in their craft, the way that they do it. So like Jordan and Kobe and LeBron, they're all like great in their own unique way of expressing it. They just found their truth and they expressed it. But when you said pie, I thought about The Rock, because of what The Rock says before is like, do you like pie? I said, what kind of pie? And then he says, do you like poontang pie?
Wow. I thought he was going to say it doesn't matter what kind of pie you like.
No. Because The Rock sets you up. He sets you up sometimes. Sometimes he does do that. I remember, now I'm thinking about it, I'll never forget when I was a kid and I was playing with my cousin Craig. We were playing in the backyard, and then some like random kid just came into there in the yard and started playing. Like, we were outside having a lot of fun. So this one kid just came over. He was all like excited to play, and he was playing with us. I said, oh man, you're playing with us? We didn't even give you a chance to introduce yourself. What is your name? And like for me, it was like The Rock thing. So what is your name? And I was away from him, and then he was all excited. My name. I said, it doesn't matter what your name is. But thinking about it when I said it in that way, the kid was just so hurt from it. Like, aww. But me, I'm like, got him. It was those fun times that's going around doing that. Like, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what your name is. It doesn't matter what the day is.
So for all y'all, Shakespeare, is it Shakespeare? Now that I think of it, it might be Shakespeare or Homer fans. Yesterday was the Ides of March. Oh, it was Shakespeare, Julius Caesar.
Shakespeare, Bakespeare, come through the hemisphere.
Today, thank you for that rhyme there. Today is Stone Cold Steve Austin Day. And then tomorrow, St. Patrick's Day.
And from Ancestry DNA, I have Irish in my blood.
So do I.
So it means that we have a chance of having a redheaded baby. I stopped myself. I was about to drop the G word. I was like, I don't want to do that because like yeah. This is the type of conversation I have within myself before I say something. But I have it like simultaneously pretty quickly. Before it's like I have the conversation after I say something. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Oh. But like now I'm just so present to myself for like every moment. So before it even came out, it just went through a filter like doot, 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 doot.
Nice. All right, what else is about in the world? They're trying to cancel Eminem, which...
We already talked about that.
Oh, we talked about that last time. What else is going on?
What's going on in your world? You just shared, you did a live.
Oh my gosh, I did a live today. I just got interviewed by my amazing partners in the Birth Worker Evolution Society online group. That was great. There's just a lot of stuff that's happening. Okay, so today, I guess you could call it a mystical experience. While I was working out at the gym, like there are all of these like barricades that were up, like about going to the gym. I was like, I can't do this. I can do this. I can do anything. Well, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to show up. Why am I here? Like all of the things came up today. And what I got from, where my journey is, which is right now I'm listening to Heart Centering Prayer by your girl. What's her name?
Who?
Come on, you know who it is.
Who?
You know who it is.
You can just look at your phone.
Or you can just say it.
I really don't know. You know, because you do it. You was like, you did this yesterday. It was kind of funny. I'm like, how am I supposed to know? You was like, you know that show that you watch? I'm like, I watch a lot of shows. Which one are you talking? You know, the one with those people.
But you know that you do it all the time, and I actually guess right a lot of the times. You're like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, yeah, the thing. So you don't know.
Cynthia Bourgeois.
Thank you. So listening to her book on Audible, also listening to Course in Miracles. I had this realization today. So I had all that stuff coming up, and I was like lifting weights, doing the movements, and it sounds so simple, but at that moment it was so profound. All of those things that came up, I just like let them move through my body. And it's like, what is the big deal about that? But what it actually felt like was it felt like this rush of energy. Like it was just a rush to, and the way that it relates is that Cynthia Bourgeois like actually talks about the physiology that's connected to entering the void. So when I let all of those things go, like I just had this like rush of energy, but like I could actually feel each of these like judgments, each of these like barriers. Like I actually like felt each one of them like move through my system. And I was like, this is like crazy, because it's like, how do you see words move through? Like it's like kind of like beyond description for me right now, but it was pretty profound, and I'm committed to continuing to do it. So with like having all of these things just like move through, it opened up this space where I actually felt called to share more. And the reason why like I wanted to share was, one, because with all of that freed up energy, like not using it for judgment, I was like, well, what do I use this energy for now? And it's like, oh yeah, now I can share about the experience that I had. I can share about what it is that I'm going through, in terms of this journey. And I was saying in the last podcast that sharing is for me, and also maybe it'll inspire someone. So I'm, for myself, committing to sharing more, and I'm going to keep myself accountable to that. That's what happened today.
Good job.
Thanks.
You're welcome. To piggyback off what you just said, just using all that energy that we usually use to fight against ourselves, to just allow things to be, and then you just fill up the energy. It's like the flow into the river, instead of trying to force the river to go against the current, being with the current, but then continue to flow with the current even when those like the rocky waves start to happen of emotions, but continues to be that current and just flow with it. But then you go, oh, I want to do this thing. It happens all the damn time with all of us. The thing about it is we start to either fight those thoughts, like, oh, I'm not supposed to be thinking about this thing, or have these judgment thoughts, or we allow the judgments to really just dictate our life, and we start to just become the judgments. Or maybe we can stop ourselves from the fear of those judgments coming to reality, but then at the end of the day, you're just in a standpoint. So it's, oh, I want to do this thing. Oh my God, what if I'm afraid it's going to fail? Or what if I get ridiculed for doing this thing? So you're wasting so much energy in those like loops and the stories, and then you don't even do anything at all. And then what happens after that? Oh my God, why didn't you do this thing? Or let's say somebody else does it, and then you see somebody else doing something that you had an idea like years ago or whatever, and the person's actually successful. So it could be some envy and things like that towards that person, but then also beating yourself up like, oh, I keep doing it to myself over and over again. And then there's a loop again of all this energy being used compared to, oh, I have this idea. Oh, here comes this judgment. Okay. Here comes this thought. Okay. I'm going to still do it. And I'm okay for whatever outcome happens. And then you prove yourself, oh, I have an idea. I do it. It's less of a struggle too, because then you have, like you said, so much more energy. So for you, having the more vast energy and space from not allowing yourself to be consumed by those thoughts and judgments, what did you do with that newfound energy that you have?
You used it for something else.
What have you used it for so far?
Well, while you were talking, I got present to, like, one, I like the way that you simplify things, right? So when I was working out, I let those judgments, those barriers move through. And what it reminds me of is that, like, when you work out, like, you can't really work out one part of your body. Like, you can't really sculpt one part of your body, I should say. Like, you can't lose fat really in one part of your body. You can lose total body fat. And that's kind of just like how that works, right? So it's the same thing with what just happened here. So I was releasing judgment about working out and stuff like that. But like, I realized you don't just release judgment about a thing. You actually release judgment. So what happened is that I released judgment and I let judgment move through me, and it opened up all of these other like places where I was holding on to judgment where previously I wouldn't allow myself to go. And that included sharing. So when I was releasing it, I realized that it opened up this place for me to actually share.
And you know what's funny about that? Like you just said, the judgment of sharing. You're not alone with that. Because I heard people who said that before, the fear of sharing. And even for myself, I had the fear of sharing before, but now I don't. But the fear of just making sure that, oh, I want to make sure that it's perfect. I want to, oh no, like this thing that I'm saying is something that's not out there. How's it going to be received? And now it's like, the reason why it's not out there is because you haven't shared it yet. Those profound revelations, and like those profound revelations that you get sometimes, you're like, wait, like nobody's talking about this. So like, what happens if I get it out there? Just think about that. Whereas was Jesus' teachings out there before Jesus started teaching the way that he taught?
Dude just says, wait, what? I can't just work out on my stomach? Dang.
The cool thing about that too, the segue, like the stomach thing, and that's why, like for myself, I got back into CrossFit because I'm working the stomach, but I'm working out everything else at the same time. And that's the one thing I love about doing CrossFit is the fact of every workout you're working out pretty much everything.
True, totally. So yeah. Releasing judgment is releasing judgment. Losing body fat is losing body fat for your whole body. Not just one place.
It's interesting now too, because like now, like the way like the working out and stuff compared to working out when I worked out before, just to like work out with the goal, like I'm losing weight or things like that. But now I have like an intention with like working out of just getting through it.
Mm-hmm.
But also what happens, like, it's a lot of like emotions. Like you said, it comes up because you're present.
Right.
The workouts when you get present, especially if you're doing spiritual work and stuff, anything that gets you fully present, it's like, oh, time to let the veil come up.
Yeah. I find that working, for me right now, working out with a trainer has me be more present. Because usually I'm counting my own reps, I'm already thinking about what's next, or I can just check out and listen to music and start singing the song and not really pay attention to what I'm doing. But now I've got an amazing accountability partner who's right there, and it's some pretty challenging stuff. So it's not like I can really check out. They're like complex movements, and they're movements. I'm not just lifting weight. So it's a lot of factors in there keeping me grounded. Yeah. Juju says, share your gifts. If not, that's the true sin. Share your gifts. That's the true win. Oh, she's rhyming. Share your gifts. All that magic within. Share your gifts. You writing a song up in here? Yeah, share. Share. That's what they're for.
How ironic when you share your gifts, you're present.
Ha ha ha. We don't have a laugh button yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
There's a little, yeah. I'm trying to think what else been transpiring in the past week or so. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, what else is happening?
Oh my gosh, you had so much. Okay, what happened on Kevin Samuels last night?
I fell asleep.
Oh shoot. That's why we don't got the juice. Okay. That's good. How'd you feel about falling asleep?
Felt sleepy. I'm trying to think like what was happening before I fell asleep. What was he talking about?
I think there's a different vibe about him, but that's just my opinion.
I like this. Go ahead, share your opinion.
I think he, if he could, he would run for president, right now. He's that, there. I think his next move is to go into politics.
You think so?
Yeah.
He's already in politics. He's leading the charge. But his main goal is creating abundance and wealth, like common wealth for minorities. And what he's saying is for high value, because now I'm remembering what he said yesterday, and it is so profound, in which the value is that, yeah, you can make your millions or your six figures by yourself, but then when you're able to network with people on that same wavelength as you, and you guys get it together, it allows you guys to build those abundant type of platforms and enterprises type of thing. And what happens commonly out there is people try to have the abundance for themselves and afraid of losing abundance, or they being afraid of pretty much not getting there. Or maybe even you're hoarding and you're not even in that space yet, but you're hoarding already. And because you're afraid of potentiality of losing the little bit that you have, compared to possibilities of allowing the infinite and also allowing people to come together. And for myself, it's so much profound to work with others who are in the same vibration as you, in the same wavelength, in the same focus, compared to I'm gonna do this by myself. I mean, I can do it by myself, but it's so much more work that you have to do compared to having a team of people with the same vision and goals, and each person actually gets to do the stuff that they like together and get to build that abundance together.
Yeah.
That's what I've been vibing on now. vibing on like, yo, like there's plenty for everyone. There's freaking 6-7 billion people in the world.
8.
Whatever, still billions,
Yeah.
billions of people in the world. So you know what that means is every single day you meet somebody new.
Yeah.
But even though every day you meet somebody new, you still haven't met even a quarter of the people in the world yet. Now just imagine the connections if you like it was you and a bunch of other people together, the same goals out there of being able to just connect with more people together and what you could bring in.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Which brings us here.
To what?
To here. This is a partnership.
What is? Oh, the podcast?
Our Daily Magic.
It's co-creation.
It is.
But yeah, even like with our group, that's what I love about it too, and that was the mission that we were talking about, but really just allowing a space for people to unleash their magic, but collectively let's grow together, let's get abundance together. I'm not trying to hoard our members in the group. So it's like, oh, only we get to share and that's it. And you see that a lot in the Facebook groups, like people have like tens of thousands of people in it. And I mean, they have the right to do what they want, but it's very interesting. It's like, you say you're about abundance, but really you're not about abundance. Or maybe you're in abundance in your aspect and your vision, because there's probably different levels of abundance. And it's like any other words, we see it the way that we see it. So I just corrected myself as I was talking, in which we see how we see it in the moment. So for one person, what love may be, another person like, really? But it's like we see it the way that we see it. So I see abundance in the way that I see abundance, and allowing that type of thing. And the way that I see it, people are not going to see that, and it's totally fine. But the way that I see it, it resonates with me so much because it's the embodiment of unity consciousness. We're here together, we're evolving together. We don't need to hoard or things like that, but also we all have a powerful message. And to be able to allow people to share a powerful message helps to raise the collective water for all of us. Totally.
Juju says it's no fun doing some things all by yourself. Teamwork makes the dream work. Like, I like giggling by myself, but giggling with others, so much more fun. It's much more contagious. So true. Thank you for the gift dance challenge this morning, Juju. That had me rolling. Yeah. Like, if we're not having fun, what are we doing?
Not having fun?
Yeah, that was a rhetorical question. I'll make that clear next time.
And even that word right there, fun. We all have our own different version of fun.
Yeah.
So for one person's having fun, another person like, oh, really? You do that? That's a weird type of thing. And then we get a judgment because we like fun a certain way or whatever it is. Back to that word of judgment.
Wow. I liked what you were saying earlier about, by retaining the judgment, you are the judgment.
Oh, yeah. You embody what you hold. And you grasp it. And that's the thing of what deep meditation allows you to learn how to do, is not to grasp those thoughts, even the good ones, but allowing them to just flow.
Oh, yeah.
Come out and flow, not try to ooh, bliss. Come here. Let me hold you, bliss. Oh my God, I'm feeling so great right now. Let me hold on to this.
Yeah.
Because it's all meant to go, and they all serve as purpose in a moment, but it's only just a moment. And even like those happiness and stuff like that, I mean, you can intensify it. That's the cool thing about it. And that's how you can program your body to experience it more. So if you're feeling like bliss or happy or whatever those higher emotions is, you ask yourself and give yourself permission to raise that energy up to whatever fold you want to do, 1,000-fold, 100-fold, whatever, and allow that energy to expand more, so your body can get used to that. And yeah, I like that.
like Shaman Durek to level 3,000.
It makes total sense. Before when I heard him say, I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? But it's like now it's like, yo, I get that. I was so thankful. When that been like 2 years ago in person? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years ago in person, and at that time, I'm like, what the hell is he talking about?
Have y'all heard of Shaman Durek? Durek?
He's a man. But I love what he said too at that time. And I totally resonate with that as well. Meaning like I'm not your damn guru. You're your own damn guru. But what he's saying, like, don't put me on a fucking pedestal. If you put me on a pedestal, I'm gonna grab your hand and I'm gonna pull you up here with me. Cause like I can learn from you just as much as you can learn from me. And you can teach me and I can teach you. And that's how it is with every single person out there, in which like we all can learn something from everyone, but also like our greatest teachers ourselves.
Yeah.
People can help mirror us, like what to like take a look at. But at the end of the day, there's no person out there who's gonna like get you to that next level or whatever it is, whatever those things are out there. It's you doing the work, but also receiving the proper guidance, but like also realizing that nobody's better than you. You're not better than anybody. We all have this same powerful energy within us. We all can learn something from each other, and it's just being in that humble, gracious space to be able to see that every person in our life can teach us something. Let's say a person from, and I'm perfect example, Kevin Samuels.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why Kevin Samuels is like, when we talk about relationships, like one of the number one things that people should do after dealing with a relationship that ends is like get some support, seek some help, get some like guidance, talk it out type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like even like those moments that we had in relationships and things, those are teachers as well. Those are like additional other gurus out there that were just showing us what we needed to learn in a moment, whether it's learning how to love yourself more, knowing that you're worthy, or making more boundaries. Like every single experience that we have in our life can help us to evolve to the next level. And that's why I forgot who I was talking to with. Oh, I was talking to a brother, how a lot of us, especially in the spiritual world, we feel like we have to go to a certain place or go somewhere to experience God. And like God is everywhere in the present moment. If you're present in the present moment, you get to experience God. And it's like different flavors in a different country and things like that. But the most important like one for you is where you're at in the moment, whether that is integrating your family experiences, integrating friends experiences, integrating your life. The most profound lessons to helping your expansion is to integrate those things in your present life right now. And I can say that because I've done that. So it's profound. It's very interesting too, because like this hearing conversation before of like there's people who do like meditation and things like that, like really the work of connecting to yourself, but then dreading the family outings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the question is like, how bad do you really want to expand?
Juju's got a rhyme here for us. Ooh, you embody the mold you hold. That's good. Is it a mold? It's a container filled up with goodness, or is it mold and you are ew? So you get a choice, right? That's brilliant. Brilliant. Juju says, yeah, every situation brings you to another level. And I guess to be positive with mold, we got penicillin. That's true. It is so true.
Yeah.
The perspective, all of those things.
Yeah, man. That's what, like, for me and my beliefs, and that's what I feel like will dramatically shift, is us really allowing ourselves to go like take care of your home, or allow your home to heal the home, before you worry about healing the environment.
Mm.
Because just imagine how it would be if every single person was able to heal their home first and then step out to the environment. Because you're good.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just attest to that for life. When you're good, you just show up differently. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's a different energy. Because when you're feeling good, you just la 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 la.
Yeah. There was a dude. That dude. No, that I was listening to on YouTube. I can't pronounce his name or else I would. And what this guy was talking about is he was talking about gurus and enlightenment.
Mm.
And that, I don't particularly subscribe to, well, I do and I don't, so I'm not even going to say that. But anyway, he was saying that that his students, they do something a little bit different. Ooh, I'll share that second. The other thing that he was talking about is that that even like sacred texts, like the Upanishads, and there are some other like sutras that were written, that they were written at that point in time because it addressed that particular era. So like all of the sacred texts weren't written at one time, like at the beginning of time or whatever, because, then it doesn't address like, the new types of things that come up for human beings. So he was talking about just the value of, reading the different sutras and the different texts because they actually apply to that century. And the reason why I was thinking about that was because I was reading Cynthia Bourgeault's book, and you had mentioned that there was like a book that she had read that had inspired her.
Which I'm reading right now.
Which you're reading. But I was like, I was like making that choice for me. I was like, I want to read the one that was written for now, and then maybe I'll go back and read the one that was written for earlier, because of, what that person had said. And it's been really profound.
Oh, I want to piggyback off of this.
Okay. And then I'll share the second thing that the guy said.
Yeah, it's funny you mention that because I heard something yesterday about that, which was so profound. Like, yo, it makes so much sense. Because it's saying like how things, the further you get back, is the more like truth you actually get to receive, minus all the the other like stuff they put into like the filters and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So the book that I'm reading is from like 1916. But like, just think about it, like Alan Watts and stuff like that, like those old teachings, they're so profound.
Mm-hmm.
But I hear where you're coming from, like something that's more for today.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm trying to say is like, truth is truth no matter when the truth is spoken. So you hear the truth from back then, it still resonates with right now.
Got it. So see that? Dang, I love it when I listen to Spirit. So Spirit said, save that comment. And the way it relates is that this guru was saying that his students do something that's a little bit different. And the thing that they do that's different is that, a lot of, like disciples or students or whatever, they do the things that they do like on their way to enlightenment. It's like, oh yeah, I'm doing this study, and I'm like on my way to enlightenment. And they're forever on their way to enlightenment. And he said that what his students do is that they do whatever it is that they do. They do like all kinds of crazy things like levitation and remote viewing. He said that they are so successful because they do them from enlightenment. So I figured that when I read that the truth is within all of us. So if I could read that book coming from the truth, then it doesn't matter who wrote it. That the truth will reach me regardless because I am the truth. And so far it's been profound.
Do you feel like the whole thing of like, let's say like enlightenment and things is just like a
marketing?
Like a marketing? Like, no, yeah, that point. But it's sort of like, oh my, I wouldn't say it. It's sort of like, no, I'm going to say it.
Oh.
It's sort of like saying like, oh, my spiritual dick is bigger than yours because I'm enlightened. It's so fun. It's very interesting, like just saying that or like hearing that type of stuff. I see it in Facebook groups, and I don't judge. I'm just like, oh, that's very interesting. That person say, oh, look at me, I'm enlightened, or like even people out there, I'm a shaman, I'm this or whatever like that. I mean, it's great to just announce what you are or what you believe that you are, type of thing. But sometimes you can be just saying that to try to have validation. Self-validation for yourself.
And there's nothing wrong with that either.
No, there's not. But it's very interesting because who said it? Buddha? Buddha said, Buddha said enlightenment is the end of suffering. So with that definition, how many times have we all ended some suffering that we experienced in our life before? I'm pretty sure all of us can raise our hand that there was a moment that we had experience in our life in which we had suffering, and then we actually ended the suffering that we were experiencing in that moment. So if you've done that, you're enlightened.
Yeah, but also, like, who said enlightenment was a permanent state? You know, I think it was from Zen Buddhism. They're like, what do you do before enlightenment? Chop wood, carry water. What do you do after enlightenment? Who talks about after enlightenment? You chop wood, carry water. It's all the same thing. You know, but to think that enlightenment can be a moment, that I think that starts to bring like the practicality back to it. Like, it's not this unattainable thing. It's just that you just got to be present to it. Right. And if you're not, you missed it. You could be enlightened in any moment. You're just not present.
And teachers say it out there, and it's so true because like I have like these type when I'm like really before when I was really trying to like search and force myself to have like the mystical experience or like as a quote unquote enlightenment experience, I never got it. It was like playing that hero game of chasing the dragon, and the dragon kept getting away, and you keep shooting yourself up with more spiritual practices. And like, you almost got me. You almost got me. You almost got me.
What show is that from?
South Park.
Oh, okay.
With the hero. You almost got me. You almost got me. You almost got me. And so, oh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. God dang it. But then next thing you know, I'm just like driving and I get stuck in traffic. And next you know, it's like, oh, it's funny because you're no longer trying to force things. Here I go. Boop.
Juju says the truth is a gift too.
But that's what usually happens is when we are like no longer like trying to force it to happen.
Right. It
just happens. But then like the kicker is it's already happened when you have the illusion that it didn't happen. And then once you're able to get past the illusion of there's nothing to actually like try to strive for.
Yeah.
You're there and like dun, 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 dun. Make sure you tip your waitress. But there's always the thing about it is there's not like, oh, this is the set point, this is it type of thing. The universe is always expanding, so there's always more to expand upon with that. It's not just a one all be all thing. We're not gonna just like, I know all the information of the universe. You never can because the universe is always getting more information.
Good point.
But
a good point.
You have enough information in this present moment to get you to the next step of where you're trying to get to. That's funny. I saw in the birth workers group, you guys have 888 members.
I was just pointing to that I have 11,111 new emails in my inbox.
1-1.
Hey. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. 4444.
Oh my God.
I think Alan Watts was talking about how like enlightenment is a surprise. And he's like, it's trying to force yourself to surprise yourself.
Damn, that's deep. Force yourself to surprise yourself. Dang. pretty deep.
It is.
It should be funny. There should be something striving for so much. Like, oh my God, like I need to search for this enlightenment. I gotta find this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, I don't. Hey. It's like God searching for God.
Mm. Well, a knife can't cut itself.
Yeah. And that can't be made by itself either. It gets created.
Mm. Who were you listening to yesterday that said, and y'all thought that, and talking about Adam and Eve?
What?
And y'all thought that Adam was white.
Oh, I forgot about that. I don't know who. That was funny. That was funny. That was pretty funny. Like, it was a show I was watching that thing.
Oh, really?
It's like, oh, you thought Adam and Eve were white? But, oh. Speak about great segue. We only got 10 minutes. But that's an interesting thing to talk about. And that's why I got drawn to the Richard Wars, the Cynthia Bourgeois out there, and really starting to just learn more about the mysticism of Christianity, besides like the Christianity that I got brought up with and taught with while I was in church. And Richard Rohr said it perfectly, because that's exactly how I was thinking. Like, do you really think that an infinite, unconditional, loving, pretty much creator of all this stuff is going to hold a grudge because two people ate a piece of an apple? So there's going to be a grudge against the rest of humanity after this, from like these two people biting the apple. Like, you gotta really think about that, because it's like all he does is create, or she. All it does is create and love, and unconditionally, and it loves us so much, and also is so patient with us that it will give us whatever we need to help you to get back home. But it's like, oh, but since these people bought or ate these apples, we're gonna hold you accountable. So it's like, it's interesting because, like, where's the accountability?
When I think about it, it makes sense that that maybe this was just showing how judgment it was manifested. Maybe Adam and Eve judged themselves, and they put themselves through whatever it is that they went through because they are actually creating the circumstance.
It's funny. I forgot who mentioned that. I was laughing. Oh, Aaron Apke.
Oh, yeah?
He's another guy I follow, which is an amazing guy. But he was saying, like, yo, truth be told, if a snake came talking to me and told me, like, hey, try this apple, I'm gonna try the apple. Yeah. Imagine like an animal comes and talks to you, like, yo, that fruit there?
It's actually a part of. Oh, were you gonna say something?
Yeah. And even like a question is like, what language was even spoken then?
Right. Oh my gosh. There was a meme that I saw, and they were talking about like people who do like satanic rituals. They're like, why did they change all the rituals to whatever language they're in? They're like, did the devil think one day, oh, yo, this Latin or this Roman or this Italian or whatever, this is the language that we should use for our rituals from now on? Like, who made that decision that whatever is going to be in whatever language? It's kind of comical to think about, though.
There's a lot of comical things, but it is what it is. But there are people out there who are sharing a different opinion about things. And that's the one foundation for myself that works works for me a lot, and I'm learning a lot,
Mm-hmm.
is being able to have an open mind about things and being curious, like the curious cat, to be able to hear different perspectives about stuff, because you can learn a lot, because you get to see it, how you get to learn how somebody else sees it, how another person sees it, how another person sees it, but there's truth in between all of it, and be able, oh, this resonates with me, this doesn't resonate with me. But what happened, and it happened for me when I was like strictly religion or strictly spiritual, on the spiritual side, was I was getting things forced upon me that I didn't resonate with, but I just took it on like, oh, I gotta do this because this spiritual guru teacher said it this way, or it says it in the book, in the Bible, to do it this way, or this other stuff. But there's another part of me that started questioning, but now I allow that part of me that like is curious and question to like come out, because the question, the curiosity has led me to this profound information, which is why now I'm diving into this book. And so far, like,
Yeah. Is it about that time?
guess so.
All right, then. Thanks for being here. And
Stay magical.